Every time you're catching a broadcast, I want to welcome you to today's enlightenment here on Facebook Live, also on YouTube. If you're checking this broadcast out on either of those platforms, feel free to like, follow, or subscribe. We definitely would appreciate that. Love to be able to connect with more people, share these messages all across the world. So thank you again for joining me. My name is Jay Moore. I'm your healthy accountant, where we help you to account for your life in all areas, spiritually, mentally, financially, in your relationships, and in your health. Like every area that matters, we're going to give you something, some tool that you can use to help you to account for your life. So thank you for joining me today. Today's broadcast is titled, What Comes of Today? What Comes of Today? And I was running this morning, as I have been doing for the past, man, it's been over 60 days straight. I have had 2 days off for snow. The snow stopped me from running. I could have walked those days, but yeah, I had 2 days off in the past, just over 60 days of, really, what I find for exercise, especially running, it's an enlightenment time for myself. It gives me an opportunity to find out about who I am, where I'm going. And it's really given me clarity. A friend of mine asked me the other day, he say, hey man, I mean, I see you running. No, you don't have to lose any weight. I said, no, I'm not running for weight loss. I told him I'm running for mental clarity. And because what it does, especially early in the morning, when it's dark, before everyone gets up and, it's like nothing's happening, it really gives you a time with yourself. And I was running this morning. I just so happened to glance up. Normally, I'm just kind of going straight. I'm not looking up. And I looked up in the sky, and there it was, like, part of the sky. I could see a lot of stars, and it kind of gave me chills, and it's giving me chills thinking about it. I saw these stars, but then but to one side, there really wasn't as many. So I said, man, when I come back around, I'm going to look at that again. And, and so I started to ponder, wow, wait a second. Here it is, another day, and I'm running. I'm grateful. What comes of today? Like, what's going to be the end of today? When I look back and I reflect and I say, man, this is what happened. This is what was good. Am I going to look back and say, man, I didn't do what I was supposed to do? Man, I wish I would have spent my time differently. And we all have this real super opportunity. And the opportunity is that every day we have an opportunity to change what we did the previous day, or we have the opportunity to look at the day and use that day in a different way. There's a text in Psalm 118, verse 24, and it says, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. And when I thought about that text as I was running, and I said, man, this is the day. Today is the day. Today is the day where, you know, I can really reach my goals. Today is the day where, instead of only doing 100, I'm sorry, only doing 875 push-ups yesterday, that wasn't my goal. My goal was 1,000 that I have not reached one time yet this year. I could say that I've reached the 1,000 mark. And as I was talking to my wife yesterday, I said, honey, I want to do 1,000 today because I had a plan. I had a plan to do the 1,000. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Something got jumbled up in the plan. And what happened was I missed one of my 5-minute sessions. I missed one because I knew that if it got too late, I didn't want to stay up. I didn't want to have to stay up doing them because, look, I know that I've got to get rest. With all this running, my body needs sleep. And then I went back to my computer. I was at my computer a little bit longer than I would normally be. And I didn't go upstairs until almost 10 o'clock. A lot of times I'm really preparing to go to sleep at 10. So I went upstairs. I said, well, I was 2 sets away. I was 2 sets of 125 away. And I was tired. Like I'm like, because my body just starts saying, "Hey, Jake, time for bed. You got to be up early." I like to get 6 to 7 hours, typically close to 7. That's when I feel the most refreshed. And I did a set. I start trying to read, and I realized that wasn't working because I was getting tired. It was after 10. It was almost 10:30 at this point. And so, I think I nodded off trying to read. Then I was just like, I said, man, I could do this set. But I said, that's going to wake me up. I don't want to be awake. I said, you know what? I'm okay with making it to 875 because here's the thing. I've never, ever in my life until I made a goal of doing 1,000 push-ups a day. I'd never done more than probably 300 in one day, maybe 400 in one day. So I did my all-time best yesterday at 875. I beat my all-time best of 750 that I did almost about 10 days ago. And so I realized that in order to make today that day, you've got to be intentional. You got to intend to do everything. It's kind of like if I wanted to go out and get more clients, I've got to intend to do things that's going to get me more clients. If I wanted to intend to save more money, I've got to intend to do that by, when I get money, save some. Instead of saying things like, well, I don't have that much. I've got to pay bills. I've got to do all these other things. I can't save anything. Yeah, that's the wrong mindset. It's, if I get $1 and if I plan on saving 30 cents, I'm going to save 30 cents of every dollar. And it's just intending to do it. And as I'm looking at this and thinking about it, the law of intention is the first law of um, of personal growth. It's the first law. You must intend to do everything. So today, which is the day that you can do whatever it is you intend to do. I said, like intention. Like I didn't learn intention, you know, being a student in high school. I didn't learn intention being a student in college. That wasn't a class and it was not on the syllabus. I didn't learn intention, being a father or a mother. Well, I'm not a mother, but I didn't learn. I meant to say a father or parent or a husband. I didn't learn intention. But as you grow, when you start to intentionally grow in your life, you realize that in order for today to be that day, you've got to intend for today to be that day. So here it is. I'm looking back and I'm saying, wow, I failed yesterday because there were things that I didn't finish. Um, however, I focused on the things that I intended to focus on all day for the most part. I did not deviate and I did not do a bunch of things that I shouldn't have been doing. So even though I may not have completed some things or, I didn't reach my 1,000 goal, but what? 875, someone told me that, wow, why you have a goal so big? I was asked that question because I shared it with some people and someone asked me, why is that goal so big? Why would you do that? Oh, I want to read 2 books every week. Why you want to read 2 books a week? That's too much. Has anybody done that to you? Where they're looking at your goal because it's too much for them. They could never in a million years read 2 books a week. They could never in a million years even intend to do 1,000 push-ups. They could never in a million years intend to do some of the things that you want to do. But then they would try and put their thoughts on you. And you know what? I remember when that happened, I just smiled. I said, thank you. You know, root for me. Root that I'll make it. Because if you root for me, if I got other people in my corner rooting for me, then today I'll do it. It's not just me working. It's not just me doing it. I got other people saying, man, I'm hoping that Jay get those 1,000 push-ups. I'm hoping that his today is going to be amazing. I'm hoping that he's going to finish all the things he's going to do. He's going to do some amazing things. If you got some people that's out there thinking like that for you, man, your today would be awesome. Could be even more awesome because you got people in your corner. See, that's the thing. Make today great. Take today and look at time. I'm gonna tell you yesterday, well, every day really, but yesterday I printed out a sheet of the calendar just for the day because I wanted everything that I had to do to just be right here on paper. I didn't want to have to write it down like in my notebook. I just want to have it right here. It's on the calendar, and where I had spaces, I just put in everything that I was gonna do. And I said, look at how short time is. 1 hour. When you look at it on the calendar, it's like this big. It's tiny. And then you think, if you work 8 hours, you know how fast it goes by. And then you look up, today is gone. You look back and say, well, did I accomplish anything yesterday? I can imagine so many people saying, I didn't accomplish anything yesterday. I just was at work and I was kind of talking to people, fooling around, but I didn't really get anything done. Man, like that's crazy. When I decided to use this title today, part of it was because you're here one day and you're gone the next. Like every today is someone's birth or someone's death. Every today. I mean, just imagine this. I mean, we've gotten calls and we've seen a lot of people, a number of people pass away between yesterday and the first 15 days in the year. Multiple people a good friend of ours lost her mother on New Year's Day, and almost every other day someone has been passing away. Good friend passed away yesterday, and you say to yourself, wow, what comes of today? And when we understand what comes of today, and we realize the text in Psalm 118, verse 24, when it says, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. No matter what comes, rejoice, be glad, and know that it doesn't matter what happens today. Because if I focus in on what God has done for me, up till now, if he didn't do anything else for me, man, he did enough. He's brought me through near death experiences. He's brought me through, no money. He's brought me through painful situations and tragedies. He's brought me through things that I never had an opportunity to see what could have happened to me. I'm talking about, he put a hedge around me and my family. God has been so amazing every single day. God has done some things in my life just over the past few years where I'm just like, wow, God, I can't believe some of the things that you put inside me that you knew was there. Look at how amazing you are. I could not fathom some things. Now, there's still things I got to fix because I've got to work with God, because God is so on point. He's so on point. Think about it. God is so orderly. Nothing is ever out of place with God. Everything is done in the proper order, in the proper on the proper step. Like it's step 1, step 2, step 3. Man, and so by knowing that God has placed that same ability inside of us, he's placed the same ability inside of us, that all we have to do is tap in. But how would you tap into something that great? Intention. If you applied one law of personal growth, and that is intention, you could change your life with only that one law, being intentional about everything in your life. Whatever you want to accomplish, you intend to accomplish it. And the intention now is the actions that you're going to do. Because if there's no actions in the things that you're going to do, then you can think it all day long. I realize that you can, Think and Grow Rich is a great book. And the title would have you to believe that all you had to do was think to get rich. That's not quite it. Because I'm going to tell you, I've been thinking, and I have not become rich thinking. You become rich, or you become successful, or you accomplish goals because of the actions that's associated with the thing that you want, what you want to accomplish. And then you do those actions over and over and over until you reach it. So there's no thinking to get rich. There's only doing. And here's the last thing I'm going to leave you with, right? It's the faith. It's the uncertainty. And we all are looking for certainty, security. Think about it. There's a lot of people that's not working right now in the government, and they took those jobs because they were looking for security. They said, man, the government is a great place to get a secure job. I remember my mom said, hey, you should work for the government. It's secure. This was back in 1995. I had just finished, got my accounting degree, and mom said, you should work for the government. You may even want to go into the service. Great careers. But here's what she said, it's security. And I was just like, cool. Now, I didn't want to, I thought about the government, but I was like, the government got so many hoops to jump through just to get an interview. I said, man, get out of here. That's why I didn't like applying for the government. I said, so I didn't want to waste my time. I said, because I said, man, that's a telltale sign for me. I was like, let me just send a resume. And, so I just decided I wouldn't apply government jobs. But see, that thing that we want in security comes through uncertainty. No, you don't need it. There's no security in success. It's only, you know what? I don't know when I'm going to get that. I don't know when I'm going to get that job. As many people say, man, I had faith that I was going to get that job. And, I wasn't thinking about it. I put the resumes in. Yeah, so you got the job, right? But what if you set your sight on something bigger than that? Something that was even more uncertain. Now that's a noble goal to be going after. Something that's more uncertain, because now you got to really apply that faith. You got to really apply the faith. And I heard one writer describe faith as, think about you're driving on a dark highway. Your headlights are on, right? Think about this. I want you to envision this. Your headlights are on. It's dark. You can't see miles and miles ahead of you. You may only be able to see a couple 100 feet in front of you. But with every I guess, push on the gas, with every mile that you drive, you're just moving closer and closer to the destination. But you can't see the destination. You can't see it at all. You can only see right in front of you. That's how faith works. You can only see right in front of you what you're doing right then and there. So if there's an action, if you need to lose weight, then you could only see, that you have to put your feet in front of the other and start moving. You've got to make a decision to drink more water, or, get rid of those juices, or get rid of those sodas, or whatever you need to remove, and start putting your foot in front of the other and just keep doing it. And you'll get closer. You'll get closer and closer. If your business is struggling, then it's, I've got this big goal. Then I've just got to, me personally, got to connect with more people. That means, hey, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm creating, things of value that other people would want or would like to see. And I keep putting my foot in front of the other, foot in front of the other. But all of this happens every day. So what comes up today? Today is your opportunity to use the time that you get in a very fruitful way so that when you go to sleep and you look back, you can say, man, I used my time wisely. I did everything that I did, the actions that I should have done. Whether or not you reach a specific goal, every day is moving you to goals. If they're big enough, you're not going to reach goals in a day. So the thing is, every day, have a goal to do what you have to do. And then when you look back on your today, and then when you look back on multiple days, you will see what comes of today, because you will see a mountain of success behind you. That's what comes of today, success. Because you used your time in an intentional way, now your success is guaranteed. Absolutely. So, guys, I appreciate you for joining me today here on Facebook and also on YouTube. Want to say that if you have not already liked to subscribe, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please leave me a comment if you got value. Ask a question about anything. If you got a question about any of this information, definitely leave me a question or a comment, letting me know what value you got from today's enlightenment. So God bless you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Take care.